My final message is a thank you. What you do takes hard work, commitment, and vision. It isn't for the quick win. It's for the big win.
The royal family's struggles in 2024 had the whole world watching. King Charles's shocking cancer diagnosis, revealed after what was supposed to be a routine procedure for an enlarged prostate, sent ripples of fear through the entire Commonwealth. And just when people were trying to process that, 6 weeks later, Kate Middleton stunned everyone with her own announcement. She too was battling cancer, quietly undergoing preventative chemotherapy until her remission in January 2025. These back-to-back health blows left the monarchy weaker than ever, sparking whispers about whether the future of the crown itself was at risk. Charles, determined not to let the institution collapse on his watch, doubled down on his vision of a slimmed-down monarchy, a plan he first laid out in 2022 when he took the throne. That vision leaned heavily on a small circle of senior royals, with William and Kate standing right at the front line. But Kate's new role, it wasn't just ceremonial. Behind the palace walls, she was handed serious decision-making power, especially over public appearances and key charitable work. As royal historian Robert Hardman bluntly put it, this is a monarchy that survives on being visible. And Kate, she's mastered the art of visibility. Her polished charm and natural connection with the public made her the obvious pick to lead the charge. But here's where the tension boiled over. For Camilla, who had been tirelessly covering for Charles during his treatment, Kate's sudden rise felt like a slap in the face. Palace insiders whisper that Camilla never expected Kate's influence to grow so large. She thought she would remain the king's primary support. Yet Kate wasted no time flexing her new power. On March 17th, 2025, she pulled off a bold solo appearance at the Irish Guards St. Patrick's Day Parade. Kate's first official public appearance since her remission was pure royal theatre. Dressed sharply in a forest green coat, she carried out the long-standing tradition of presenting shamrocks to the regiment. But it wasn't the outfit or the gesture that left people buzzing, it was her words. With flawless poise, Kate delivered a moving speech on resilience, unity, and community in times of hardship, subtly weaving in her own cancer battle without ever naming it directly. The crowd hung on every word, and within minutes, social media exploded with admiration for her warmth and authenticity. But make no mistake, this wasn't just about charm. Behind the scenes, palace aides knew this was a carefully calculated power play. By tying herself to a historic military event, Kate wasn't only honouring tradition, she was showing she had the charisma and authority to command national attention. As royal commentator Ian Pelham-Turner bluntly told Fox News, Kate's influence on public perception is phenomenal. Her ability to connect with people is unmatched. That kind of praise sent shockwaves through the palace, and for Camilla, it cut deep. She had stood in for Charles at similar military engagements countless times, but watching Kate dominate the spotlight left her shaken. Palace insiders whisper Camilla looked pale with shock, realizing in that moment her own place beside the king could easily be overshadowed. Her journey as queen consort hasn't been easy. Once vilified as the woman who broke Diana's marriage, Camilla clawed her way into public respect. She worked relentlessly during Charles's treatment, dutifully covering visits to places like the Isle of Man and Northern Ireland. But Kate's rapid rise has lit a fuse. A November 2024 report by the Economic Times even revealed their relationship had grown shockingly tense, with Camilla reportedly unwilling to let go of her hard-won responsibilities. Kate's St. Patrick's Day appearance marked a turning point that no one in the palace could ignore. Camilla, who had proudly attended the same event in Charles's place the year before, was conspicuously absent this time. Palace insiders whisper she was completely blindsided by the choice to spotlight Kate, seeing it as a deliberate snub and a dramatic shift in royal focus. Camilla has long believed she was the true backbone of Charles's reign, but suddenly, that foundation looked shaky. One insider revealed, to see Kate take centre stage so effortlessly was a blow Camilla didn't see coming, and her reaction was telling. Gone was the Queen Consort's trademark warmth, replaced with a stiff, guarded demeanour that spoke louder than words. Meanwhile, Kate's candour about her own cancer battle, first shared in a heartfelt March 2024 video, had already endeared her to millions. That vulnerability, paired with her poise, turned her into the royal the public felt closest to. By May 2025, even NY Magnum confirmed what the polls showed. Kate had overtaken Charles himself in popularity, earning the title of the people's favourite royal. Her St. Patrick's Day speech only cemented that rise, with posts on X declaring her the future of the monarchy. One viral comment gushed, "Kate's grace and strength are unmatched. She's ready to lead." The groundswell of support was undeniable. Kate had become the monarchy's brightest star. For Camilla, this was a bitter pill to swallow. Despite years of grinding to build respect, she has never fully managed to capture the nation's heart. A March 2025 ETV news article bluntly reported that Camilla consistently trails Kate and even other royals in approval polls. Kate's youth, elegance, and down-to-earth relatability, shaped through years of school drop-offs and approachable public engagements, make her almost untouchable. Add to that her reputation as a strong, grounded mother to George, Charlotte, and Louis, even during her darkest health battles. In January 2025, GB News spotlighted Kate's visit to the Royal Marsden Hospital, where she bonded with cancer patients by sharing her own painful experiences. That kind of raw empathy has become the core of her public image. Whether it's comforting little Charlotte at Wimbledon or gently guiding Louis during a chaotic public moment, Kate's parenting shines through, making her someone the public not only admires, but truly trusts. And that same touch followed her to the St. Patrick's Day parade. While greeting soldiers and their families, Kate radiated warmth and genuine connection, a sharp contrast to the formality Camilla is often known for. Kate has redefined what it means to be a royal in the modern age, blending protocol with authenticity, and in doing so, she's set a standard Camilla has struggled to meet. As royal biographer Sally Bedell-Smith explained, Kate doesn't just perform her duties, she lives them, and it's that authenticity that's turning her into the monarchy's greatest asset. Inside the palace, the balance of power has already shifted. Prince William has been fully behind his wife's rise, forming what experts now call an unstoppable partnership. While William is the heir, it's Kate who is increasingly seen as the face of the monarchy's future. Even Fox News noted in March 2024 that William and Camilla had once grown closer, united by their spouses' battles with cancer. But that fragile alliance has since collapsed, leaving Camilla sidelined as William and Kate push forward with their vision of a modern, younger monarchy. At 77, Camilla is staring down a harsh reality. The monarchy is pivoting away from her toward the new generation, and her own health struggles only add to the tension. When a chest infection in November 2024 forced her to cancel engagements, Newsweek described it as the latest royal health blow. By spring 2025, the cracks inside the palace were impossible to ignore. Kate's soaring popularity and flawless public appearances had reshaped the monarchy's image, while Camilla's influence seemed to shrink by the day. The shift became painfully obvious during preparations for the summer calendar. Events that had once been Camilla's territory were suddenly handed to Kate, fueling whispers that the Queen Consort was being quietly pushed aside. One insider claimed Camilla was deeply unsettled, especially after seeing the overwhelming crowds flocking to Kate at Windsor and Sandringham. Videos of adoring fans shouting Kate's name went viral, leaving Camilla visibly tense in her rare outings. As one royal watcher bluntly put it, Camilla fought for decades to be accepted, but Kate didn't have to fight. People simply love her. That contrast has turned the palace into a powder keg. The tension spilled further when the Daily Mail reported that William and Kate are strategically positioning themselves as the monarchy's heartbeat, overshadowing not just Camilla, but even Charles during his ongoing treatments. Kate's resilience after her health struggles, paired with William's steady presence, has given them the image of a perfect royal duo, something the public craves in uncertain times. Meanwhile, Camilla's frustration has grown harder to hide. Sources say she's been lobbying behind the scenes to keep control of certain charities and patronages, unwilling to let Kate dominate every corner of royal life. But palace aides are blunt. The momentum is no longer on her side. Kate is younger, fresher, and carries the glow of a survivor who turned personal pain into national inspiration. By early summer 2025, the so-called invisible palace war was no longer invisible at all. It was spilling into plain sight. Reports from the Telegraph revealed that senior courtiers were quietly divided, with some aligning behind Camilla out of loyalty to Charles, while others privately admitted Kate had become the monarchy's real public anchor. The split has created an icy atmosphere at royal gatherings, where smiles mask what insiders describe as frosty silence between the two queens. At a June charity gala in London, the tension was on full display. Cameras caught Kate dazzling the crowd, speaking effortlessly with donors, and even drawing a standing ovation after her remarks on community resilience. Meanwhile, Camilla sat stiffly beside Charles, her expression unreadable. Social media erupted with side-by-side clips, with one viral post bluntly stating, "Camilla looks like a placeholder. Kate looks like the future." The comparison was brutal, but it captured the mood perfectly. Adding to the storm, a July 2025 Guardian piece exposed that several of Charles's longtime advisors had been quietly replaced with figures closer to William and Kate. While the palace refused comment, the shake-up was interpreted by many as a clear sign of shifting power. The monarchy is pivoting, and Kate is at the centre of it, one commentator noted. Camilla knows it, and it terrifies her. Behind the walls of Clarence House, sources claim Camilla has grown increasingly protective of her role, even clashing with staff over scheduling and appearances. Yet her efforts to hold ground have only highlighted the reality. At 77, with health concerns mounting, her reign as Charles's partner looks more fragile than ever. By mid-2025, King Charles found himself trapped in the middle of a storm he never intended to unleash. His original vision of a slimmed-down monarchy was supposed to keep things simple and efficient, but instead, it's ignited a silent tug-of-war between the two most important women in his life. Insiders whisper that Charles has grown increasingly anxious, watching Kate's meteoric rise overshadow Camilla, creating a tension that even his closest aides can't smooth over. According to a Times report in July 2025, Charles privately praised Kate for her unshakable resilience, and even told friends that her ability to win hearts has been a blessing for the crown. Those words, though never spoken publicly, have reportedly left Camilla feeling sidelined, like the king himself has chosen a favourite. One palace source claimed bluntly, "Camilla feels betrayed. She gave everything to support him during treatment, and now Kate's the one getting the spotlight." The strain showed during Trooping the Colour in June. Cameras caught Charles beaming as Kate appeared alongside William and their children, while his interactions with Camilla appeared noticeably colder. Body language experts went wild with speculation, some suggesting the king seemed more relaxed and at ease with Kate, while Camilla's forced smile told another story entirely. What makes this even more dramatic is Charles's health. At 76, with cancer treatment ongoing, he depends on his closest circle more than ever. Kate has stepped into that role seamlessly, taking weight off his shoulders and embodying stability for the public. Camilla, meanwhile, is left fighting to remind people she is still queen consort, still central, still relevant. But the truth is brutal. Every time Kate shines, Camilla's light dims a little more, and palace insiders now admit privately this power struggle could define the final chapter of Charles's reign. Kate's ability to step in flawlessly at key moments has made her indispensable, and palace whispers say this reality deeply unsettles Camilla. What looked like a single parade appearance was actually the start of something much bigger. Insiders reveal Kate is already planning major initiatives around mental health and early childhood development, causes she's championed for years. But now, with her expanded authority, she can lead them on a scale never seen before. She's thinking long-term, one palace insider revealed. Kate wants a monarchy that feels accessible, modern, and relevant. That vision ties perfectly to William's instinct to push the royals into a new era, one far removed from the rigid traditionalism Camilla represents. Together, the couple is signalling a clear shift in direction, and the world is taking notice. For Camilla, the path ahead is far less secure. Though she will continue royal engagements, many expect her role will be redefined once William takes the throne. The Economic Times even speculated she may appear in a limited capacity, but with Kate's dominance growing by the day, the Queen Consort faces the risk of being permanently overshadowed. Her legacy, though built on years of service, could easily fade under Kate's undeniable star power. That's why Kate's first move wasn't just a ceremonial duty, it was a declaration. The St. Patrick's Day event, with its perfect blend of tradition and heartfelt connection, left Camilla pale and the palace in shock. Kate has stepped into her power, and the monarchy itself is evolving right before our eyes. The only question left is, what's next for the Princess of Wales? One thing's for sure. Her rise has only just begun, and it's reshaping the royal family in ways nobody could have ever predicted. If you made it this far, sound off in the comments. Do you think Kate is already the true leader of the monarchy? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss when the truth finally slips out.